Have you ever wondered why so many really passionate, talented content creators just fizzle out? They put in all the work, they have great ideas, but after a few months, they're gone. Well, let's get right into it, because the reason they fail is usually decided long before they ever hit the record button. It all boils down to this one kind of shocking number. A full 80% of creators quit within the first 6 months. And the number one reason isn't because they're not talented or they're not working hard enough. Nope, it's because they picked the wrong niche from day one. And look, this isn't just some small decision you make on a whim. Choosing your niche sets the entire trajectory for your channel. The stakes are incredibly high, and getting this right is, without a doubt, the foundation for everything else you're going to build. I mean, the difference is just night and day. If you choose the wrong niche, you're looking at a constant uphill battle. You're fighting for every single view. Comments are non-existent, and you are on a fast track to total burnout. But the right niche, whoa, that's your launchpad. We're talking faster growth, a super engaged audience, and a brand that can actually last. So the big question is, how do you find that perfect niche? Well, the old way was a total grind. We're talking weeks of manual research, a lot of guesswork, and just a ton of risk. But today, AI completely changes the game. It literally turns 40 hours of painful work into a single afternoon. It replaces those gut feelings with actual hard data, validating your idea before you've even created a single piece of content. So, this brings us to the core of what we're talking about today, the framework that separates the winning ideas from the ones that are, let's be honest, destined to fail. It's a simple 5-point system that all the top creators use to pressure test their niche ideas. Okay, here are the 5 pillars. You've got market demand, competition level, monetization potential, audience engagement, and content sustainability. Think of these as the vital signs of a healthy niche. If your idea is weak in even one of these areas, that's a huge red flag. So let's actually dig into the numbers behind these vital signs. And yeah, we can put real hard numbers to this. For market demand, you're looking for over 50,000 monthly searches. That tells you people are actually out there looking for this stuff. For competition, 10 to 50 creators is the sweet spot. It proves there's a market, but it's not totally oversaturated. And critically, you need at least 3 ways to make money and a backlog of at least 100 content ideas so you don't run out of things to talk about in 3 months. All right, now for the fun part. How do we actually use this framework without getting buried in spreadsheets for a month? Simple. We use an AI-powered workflow that takes you from a blank page to a fully validated niche in about 4 hours. Seriously. The process is just 4 simple steps. First, you're going to use an AI to brainstorm a big list of potential niches. Then you'll use it again to do a deep dive, a market analysis on your top picks. Third, you'll score them in what we call a validation matrix. And finally, you'll make your decision backed by data, not just a guess. And this right here, this is the heart of the whole system, the niche validation matrix. It looks complicated, but it's not. You just score each of your top ideas from 1 to 10 for each of our 5 criteria. Then you multiply that score by the weight to get a final weighted score. A score above 7 means you've got a really strong contender, but a score over 8, like this 8.65, that's an absolute green light. Go for it. Okay, but does this stuff actually work in the real world? Is this just theory? Absolutely not. Let's look at a couple of real creators who used this exact AI-driven process to find their niche and, well, their growth was just incredible. So, meet Emma. She was about to jump headfirst into the general productivity niche, which is a massively overcrowded market. But her AI research stopped her and pointed her towards a much sharper, more specific angle: AI tools for remote workers. This wasn't a guess. It was a calculated pivot that probably saved her 6 months of just spinning her wheels. And just look at what happened next. After she validated that niche, her growth was absolutely explosive, from basically 0 to almost 100,000 subscribers in a single year. You guys, this isn't luck. This is what happens when you build on a solid, data-backed foundation. So here's the snapshot. Her niche, AI productivity for remote workers, scored that fantastic 8.6. It hit that competition sweet spot with just 12 other creators in the space, and now she's earning a full-time, very comfortable income from it. This is what a validated niche looks like in the real world. Okay, here's another awesome example. This is David. He wanted to talk about investing, but his AI analysis showed it was what you'd call a red ocean, a super bloody, competitive market with over 200 creators fighting for attention. So the AI helped him find a blue ocean, a totally untapped market right next door. Personal finance for Gen Z. It had a tiny fraction of the competition and a hungry, growing audience. And once again, the numbers just speak for themselves. An 8.4 validation score, incredibly low competition, and bam, 67,000 subscribers in just 9 months. See, David didn't have to be the single best investing creator on the planet. He just had to be the go-to person for a very specific underserved audience. That's the key. So, you've seen the framework, you've seen the proof. Now it's your turn. It's time to take all this insight and put it into action. Let's walk through a crystal clear plan you can use to start validating your own profitable niche like today. Here's your 5-step plan. Super simple. Step 1. Use an AI like ChatGPT to generate a big list of ideas, say 20 of them. Step 2. Narrow that down to your top 5 and run them through that market analysis. Step 3. Score them using the validation matrix. And step 4 is crucial. Choose the niche that not only scores over a 7, but also one that you are genuinely excited about. Because that's the winning combo, passion plus data. The days of just guessing and hoping for the best are officially over. With these tools and this framework, you have everything you need to find a niche that's not just a hobby, but a profitable, sustainable business. So the only question left is, what amazing niche is AI going to help you discover?